Good evening, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. You know the slogan on this day, the luck of the Irish. And Michigan Tech was looking for some of it to advance to the second round of the WCHA playoffs with a win against North Dakota tonight. So let's go to Grand Forks and see how they did. And actually started out pretty slow for the Huskies as Dylan Simpson will put it in the back of the net for UND to take a 1-0 lead. Then, that was in the first. We go to the second, and it would be Corbin Knight. He gets the puck, and he's going to get it past Phoenix Copley through the 5-hole for a 2-0 lead. And this is how the Huskies night went. They're on the power play in the second period, and Colton St. Clair will score the short-handed goal here. They had 4 in the second period, and Michigan Tech season's over with a 6-0 loss at North Dakota. To Michigan Tech basketball, second round action between Drury and Michigan Tech, and here's Ben Stelzer knocking down a 3 to make it a 4-point game. But the Panthers start to run. Alex Hall feeds to Cameron Adams for the one-handed slam, and Panthers up 26-15. Then start of the second half would be Huskies' Austin Armga. He knocked down the jumper. He led the Huskies with 21, but still down 11. Then Ben Stelzer would knock down the tough jumper here to make it 53-42 with 12 minutes left. But that'd be the closest the Huskies would get because it's time winding down in the shot clock here in the second half. And it would be Brandon Lockhart just throwing it up at the hoop like a layup, and he banks it in for the three-pointer. He finished with 10 points, and the Husky season comes to a close with a 76-62 loss to Drury. But to Selection Sunday we go to see where the Spartans and Wolverines match up. Michigan State and Michigan will have essentially home games playing in Auburn Hills, Michigan for the first round of the tournament. Spartans will be in the Midwest region and earn a 3 seed. And will play Horizon League champion, 14th-seeded Valparaiso. The Wolverines are in the South region and in a number 4 seed and will play the Summit League champs, 13th-seeded South Dakota State. Now, the Jackrabbits will be a tough matchup for Michigan because Nate Wolters averages 22.7 points per game and scored the most points in a D1 game with 51 this season. Look for South Dakota State to be in the conversation for upset this week. Both games will be Thursday, but times are not officially set as of yet. To Hermansville for the 75th annual gold medal basketball tournament. North Central's Bryce Bilski and the Vulcan Wood Products taking on Crane Engineering from Kimberly, Wisconsin. There's a nice bucket by Vulcan Woods, and they're knocking on the door. But Crane Engineering was hitting from long range. Look at that basket, plus the foul. It was good for a 4-point play, and the Cranes taking a small lead with a few minutes left in the second half. 8 seconds left in the game. Wood Products from Vulcan Wood knocked down the triple right here to send the game into overtime with the score tied at 69. That's clutch right there. But in the extra session, 2-minute Cranes on site as they go on to win 76-73. But games like this is what makes this tournament special.
They play hard because it's a big deal to win down here for some reason. I mean, there's lots of other tournaments and they go, but I think it's the environment, the tradition of 75 years, and they just play like they're never going to play again.
And over the course of the tournament, 84 teams participated, 78 games were scheduled all weekend, and this is some of the most intense basketball I've seen in a while. Now we go to some high school basketball news. Mid-Peninsula senior Brett Branstrom was named Bank Hoops Class D Player of the Year. Branstrom put up monster numbers this year, averaging 26 points, 20 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 4 block shots per game. His best performance was a game against County Nadeau, where he put up 37 points to go along with 30 rebounds. His 439 rebounds were the 8th best single season mark in state history, as it was Kane, Bush, Kozlowski, Kurt Busch in 4th, and Clint Boyer in 5th. And we also have the standings, Sprint Cup standings. Kozlowski's the leader, Earnhardt Jr. 2nd, Jimmy Johnson in 3rd, and Logano actually sneaks into the 12th spot. And finally, we go to some good news for former Michigan Tech standout Todd Storm. The defensive end signed a contract with the Cleveland Gladiators of the Arena Football League. 2010 Conference Defensive Lineman of the Year, was a member of the Detroit Lions in 2012, but decided to sign a contract with the AFL. The Calumet native plays his first game on March 24th against the Spokane Shock. And remember, for everything Michigan Tech news, go to our website at overmichigansource.com.